Peace and love, peaceful vibrations, everyone. Um, I just wanted to continue with the series about the genius of the different elements. So, we are going to talk about fuego, fire, the genius of the fire signs. The three fire signs, remember, every element, earth, air, water, fire, all have three astrological signs that are housed with that element according to Western astrology. So we talked about last week, we talked about the air signs, the genius of the air signs. Today we're going to talk about the genius of the fire. Fire is a very, very interesting element, has a lot of heat. And when you start it up and it gets going, it spreads and it can cause destruction everywhere. The genius of the fire signs. The three fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. I had to think for a second. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Yes, I still am rocking these old nails. Y'all, my real nails is growing underneath. But that's neither here nor there. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Not necessarily in order. Actually, not in order at all. Um, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leos, the genius behind the fire signs. Fire signs are trendsetters. Oftentimes, fire signs march to the beat of their own drum in a lot of ways. They don't follow the rules. Fire signs don't like to follow rules. They don't like routine usually. They like to they like spontaneity a lot of times. And they like originality. I used to always say that the first person in the world to ever probably dye their hair a bright red or blue, especially red or something crazy like that, or like and I mean like ketchup or lighter than ketchup red, or like orange or something like that, was probably a fire sign. When the rest of the world is wearing brown hair, black hair, maybe dark red, maybe these regular mundane colors, the fire signs are the ones to step out of the box. The genius of the fire signs are able to get people to gravitate to them because they're rebellious. They tap into the inner part of everyone that wants to rebel from things because they don't like to follow the rules. They like to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And it's hard for them a lot of times to stay within the guidelines of routine. If you know any fire signs that stay within the guidelines of routine, they've been taught that a lot of times. They're usually taught that. The fire signs are here to me to help bring revolution, to change shit up, to cause destruction, because you have to destroy to rebuild. The fire signs have a genius quality of stepping out on a leap of faith with the mentality of this is just me. They have an ability to embrace sides of themselves that don't fit into a box. If the whole world is doing one thing, the fire signs will be the ones to jump out of the box, usually. Because think about fire. Fire cannot be usually contained in one space. It has to spread. You're not going to have a fire in one part of your house and it stay in that one freaking part unless you take the fire out. The fire has to spread its wings. It has to express itself and it has to cause destruction. And I mean destruction in a positive way, not in a negative way, unless you're dealing with the lower frequencies of the fire signs. On the higher frequency of fire signs, because they're naturally original, they're the ones to jump out of the box and do things and go to uncharted waters and spaces untap things that everyone else has not done. For example, I'm trying to think of fire signs. DMX is a fire sign. He's the one get on the record, start barking like a dog. What the fuck? But that's what he wanted to do. He stepped out the box. And it may seem a little weird, but that was him. And fire signs tend to embrace an idea of this is me. Khalees is a fire sign. How I dress is a reflection of me. That's one of her song lyrics. When you think of the fire signs, they're boldly and fiercely different. They give people courage to step out the boxes. Now, you may not be a fire sign, but you may have these qualities because you may have fire sign in your astrological chart. Or you could be a water sign or earth sign with a fire number. Boldly, tough in a tough way, embrace who they are and how they are, whether people like it or not. And that's the genius of the fire signs. And fire signs, along with air signs, tend to dominate the entertainment field. The people at the forefront, the fire signs, the Aries, the Leos, the Sagittariuses. Even Nicki Minaj is a Sagittarius. She's a fire sign. There's many, many, many. They are the ones that people are drawn to magnetically because they're so out the box and different. You know what I mean? It's like if you've only seen blue fish in your life and then you see an orange fish swim around. You're like, oh shit, what is that? So that's the genius of the fire sign. On the lower frequency of the fire signs, they can become very, very, very self destructive and destructive to everything around them and everyone around them when they get ready. And a lot of fire signs, unfortunately, if they get into drug habits, drinking habits, or any kind of things like that, they tend a lot of times to have a hard time letting go of those habits because they learn to embrace the habit as a part of who they are. And that's a problem. They embrace their dysfunction and their dysfunctional ways as a part of who they are, as a part of their identity. That's a big fucking problem. You know what I mean? And fire and air play with each other, play into each other because fire needs air. So if a destructive fire sign and a destructive air sign get together, oh my gosh, it could be a disaster. Destruction caused for generations. Fire signs, I don't know if y'all ever remember on I don't know if you ever seen Ayanla Fix My Life, Ayanla Fix My Life. There was an episode where DMX was up there and his son was crying to him like, Dad, I need you, talking about his pain of him not being there because of his addiction. And DMX response was something along the lines of, well, that's me. This is who I am. I have this addiction. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of fire signs, just like a lot of air signs, don't like to deal with in-depth emotion. They don't like to dig through the layers. It gets uncomfortable when they deal with emotion and in-depth feelings a lot of times, unless they have other signs that deal more with depth in their astrology chart, or they have numbers that deal more with depth, like water, earth. You see what I'm saying? Down to earth, the water. Fire signs like lighthearted. They're fun. They're like playful. They just want to have fun and express themselves and keep things kind of lighthearted. And air signs are kind of like that too. They don't like to deal with the depths. And so if a fire sign person has been through a lot of trauma, what I've noticed, in my opinion, they've been through a lot of trauma. A lot of times they don't really address it on a deeper level. They may party their trauma and their pain away, or try to. They may drink it away. Like that Solange song, I tried to drink it away. She's not a fire sign, though. She's a Cancer. She's a water sign. But that's why that song has some depth to it. I tried to change it with my hair. I tried to dance it away. You know what I mean? They try to not deal with it, just pretend that nothing bothers them. And that causes more detriment because what you don't deal with on a deeper level resurfaces and comes back to haunt you at different times in your life. It manifests into unhealthy ways of being inside of yourself. So that's the lower, in my opinion, vibration and challenge of the fire signs, getting to the depth. Because fire signs are so feisty and vibrant like the sun, and they stand out, people are attracted to them. A lot of them can make money because of just their being, their expression. But a lot of them spend the money too fucking quick. Because it's like, hey, can't take it with you. Just party it up and have fun in the moment. But a lot of them don't always think futuristically. Or life has to teach them that. You see what I'm saying? So that concludes my little short synopsis of the genius of the fire signs. Stay tuned for me to do the genius of the water signs and the genius of the earth signs. And then I would have finished my little segment of the geniuses in every element. Um, Please feel free to comment, share this video, like, subscribe it, all of that. I appreciate all you guys' support. Yeah, I know I'm an American Indian, so I will say thank you. Aho. Hey, yawawa, hey, from my ancestors, from me to you. Thank you.